Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is a join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that.
Well, the conversation with regard to Bill 7 is back in the fray, and according to Newsdigger's Cabinet Guides Committee, that's a committee that was appointed by President Hakainde Hichilema earlier on, should be this month or late last month. The committee of constitutional review submissions will only be around Bill 7 proposals. So those are the terms of reference that have been set for the committee. If you remember, a number of people are demanding to say, how can you form a committee without making public what are the terms of reference in terms of their job scope? And it has been publicized. According to what Mr. Kangwat said, it's going to be in the newspapers. So now the public has reacted to that. And one of the four people that has reacted to, the people that are in the forefront is Laura Miti. So Laura had this to say, says, the president, referring to President Hakainde Hichilema, the president should have said, I will set up a technical committee to receive submissions on Bill 7. That is what that is what I want to amend. So I will let the people make submissions on it. Nothing stopped him from telling us the truth, she says. Instead, he waxed lyrical about consulting the country on the constitution. Then his people locked the terms of reference to only Bill 7, preventing any submissions about what matters to anyone else, apart from what matters to the president, she says. That is disrespecting citizens. Tell us the truth. If we disagree, she says. So she had strong words about that. She didn't receive it very well. And that's Laura Miti. For those that may not know, the lady in center between Chelatuk and President Hakainde Hichilema there. Should have been, if not a week ago, so she was being appointed commission. She was being given an appointment at the State House. And yeah, so people have reacted. One of the people that has reacted is Sean Tembo. He says the relationship between Laura Miti and Bally, referring to President Hakainde Hichilema, the relationship between Laura Miti and Bally is what psychologists refer to as battered wife syndrome. She can see that the guy is a wannabe dictator, but she keeps on hoping he isn't. So, according to Sean Tembo, simply says the relationship between Laura Miti and President Hakainde Hichilema is somewhat what people refer to as a battered wife syndrome, whereby she's hoping that he would do better, but he's doing the opposite. She's giving him some leeway to say, hey, he's not what the opposition think he is. And he's proving otherwise. That's according to Sean Tembo there. And he goes further to define what Laura Miti as battered wife syndrome is. So according to Sean Tembo, he says, battered wife syndrome is the situation whereby a wife is constantly physically abused by a husband, but keeps on defending him in the hope that he will one day change and become a better man. But to no avail. This is the exact situation in which Laura Miti has found herself in relation to Bally. Despite his clear lack of appetite for democracy and rule of law, Laura continuously believes that the Bally she so fervently defended while in opposition cannot be a wannabe dictator to them. But today, time and time again, Bally keeps on proving Laura wrong, much to detriment, pretty much. The latest issue, to our shock, is over the specifics of terms of reference to the so-called technical committee, which she supported. Is just one additional example to battered wife syndrome status. I know that she opposed Bill 7, and I applaud her for that. But it was naive and folly for her to support the so-called technical committee on the constitutional amendment without firstly having a look at the terms of reference and then expressing shock once she had sight of the terms of reference. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what naivety! What else did she think the so-called technical committee would seek to accomplish, if not to sneak the failed Bill 7 through the back door? Anyway, Tilitonse, so that's according to Sean Temple's analysis, says, hey, Laura hopes that Hakainde Hichilema is going to be the same person that she had supported in opposition and is able to stand for the values that they stood together for. But it seems like she's being hit with shockers every now and then, and hence she is venting to the public. And obviously, Sean Temple is having a feud there with reaction there. So Laura Miti goes further to say she highlights some of the terms of reference that have been publicized by the Ministry of Information. So according to Laura, she says, "Dear Zambians, see what your government has decided are the only things that we the people are allowed to talk about with the Mushambati committee about. We are not to stray from Bill 7. We have been given, we have been handcuffed to the bill. I do not know how to feel about. I do not know how to feel, but insulted is there somewhere. So she says she feels insulted by this, and yeah, so she does not know how to feel about this, but insulted is somewhere in there. She feels insulted pretty much. That's a reaction there. And obviously, the photo of her with Edgar Chagalungu is being circulated by obviously the opposition, simply saying, yes, it was a better situation with Edgar Chagalungu whereby they would oppose each other and then meet and disagree. To everything was clear with Edgar Chagalungu. They are pushing. But with Hakainde Hichilema, he says one thing in public and does another thing. And that's where she's finding herself with shockers, according to Sean Tembo and a number of opposition leaders. And obviously, the mass newspaper says, "Do not rely on tribalism. It is wrong to use a tribe to stay longer in power," says Katere Kalumba there. And obviously, Bank of Zambia moves to regulate cryptocurrency. That's the Bank of Zambia. Daily Nation carries the headline to say, "Stop bickering," says Mpezeni, as he warns the opposition that continued fighting amongst themselves could weaken their chances in 2026 general elections. So that's according to Paramount Chief Mpezeni Bakumawa, simply advising the opposition, say, get your act together. What is sexual healing? Which doctor rapes a soccer woman seeking menstrual medication treatment? So a number of these cases have become predominant. But yeah, that's the news, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's going on in the nation at the moment. Have a good day.